Yeah, when he start to laugh, right, the dog start to bark very, very loud. And then when the dog start barking, my friend, right, he was like, hey, oh shit, I better stop doing this lah. When he stopped, I saw the dog run into the barrack. Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
And welcome to a special episode of the KopiBros show. Today, we're doing a special episode based on the letter G, which is Ghost Stories. Today, we are joined by a special third KopiBro, Mr. Paul E. Paul, would you like to say hello?
Good evening,
Not
everyone.
not to the ghost.
I say hi, what's up, media? What's up, Brandon?
Yeah, what's up, bro? Okay, let me pause the music for a bit. Alright, what's up, guys? Okay, for today's episode, we are going to be doing a special episode about ghost stories. Three of us here, we're joined by our special guest, Mr. Paul E. We are doing an episode that is going to be a bit different. We're just going to be telling some ghost stories that we've experienced or that we've had for like first-hand experience. Wouldn't you guys say? Things that you've like, whoa, that really freak you out. Or but like, do you all really truly believe that there is such a thing as ghosts? Like, or do you think that it's just coincidence?
I feel like it's like supernatural. Like, it always like, you can't explain. So something really, if you can't explain, you just like,
Yeah. I agree. It's like in a way, I do believe that there's something like evil, like lurking around because of the things that I personally experienced. I think it's too cannot be coincidence.
I feel like sometimes it's like sometimes even if it's not evil, right? Sometimes that there are things just lurking around. It's just like, especially if you go and antagonize it, then after that, like, you're asking for it. Like I give you an example. Right? It's just a small example. Right? Like 7 months, they have these like candles. Not candles. Like they put the things.
The joystick, right?
The joystick at the side of the road.
The roadside.
The roadsides as well as on the pavement sides. Yeah, right. Last time in secondary school, right? When transiting to poly, I had this friend, right? He's a Indian guy, right? He has balls of like steel, man. Like honestly, it's like the biggest balls of steel I've ever seen. Like honestly, like last time, like I feel like when I just step over it, I already feel like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'll say sorry. Then I faster like wow. I say sorry. Then I'm like wow, try my best not to like I'll faster walk away. My brother here, cause like my brother here, he wanted to find wanted to smoke. Then he got no lighter. Then he wanted to say wow. He picked it off the ground, light his cigarette, and just throw it. I was like, whoa! Ooh, what a gangster! We have a gangster here. Bro,
what's the name of your friend?
I don't know whether
you can give a name lah.
I don't know whether I want to. It's Vignesh. Vignesh, my brother Vignesh.
Yeah. Was that the last time you saw Vignesh?
Oh, bro. After that, I realized we are two people from a different crowd, bro. That night itself, I was like, wow. I try to stay like, wow. If I keep thinking, please. If you're looking for him, please don't find me as well.
Yeah, please just leave me alone. Just don't touch me and don't disturb me. Yeah, but I think that for most guys, the experiences that they have, right, through the supernatural or like that, is mostly due to you stay in school late, or you are in the army. For guys yeah. And I think it's like, I don't know about y'all, but my stories are from army mostly from army. In school, not so much, but in army, even though we are from Barker, which is like a famous like haunted school. Correct, right, Paul?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I heard stuff but then
yeah, you also never
I didn't read this when I was in school.
Yeah, and I also don't want to experience. So please.
I just believe there are certain things you cannot, you hear already, you cannot don't believe, Yeah. I said like, but you don't go out of your way to go and look for trouble at the same time
Yeah.
Don't be like Vignesh.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to be going into this, some of the ghost stories. I think the order is going to be Paul. You want to go first?
All right, sir.
Yeah, okay. So it'll be Paul, myself, and then Brandon. Okay, let's tune up the spooky music a bit. Okay. It's time ghost story.
Like what Media said, actually my experience was when I was in BMT, as many of us fine gentlemen has been there. Okay, so basically when I was in BMT, my school was in School 4. So that is like the most secluded part of the island, which is Pulau Tekong. So many of them, they are in School 1, 2 and 3. So it's very near the ferry terminal. You can like literally just walk to the ferry terminal. But ours is we have to like take the tunnel in,
Yeah.
So like if you want to escape from School 4, there's no way you're gonna walk the highway all the way back to the ferry terminal and like, escape lah. Yeah, so actually my BMT was 12 weeks, right? So along the 8th week onwards, I fell sick because of I think it was like get some GID, like some virus going on my company lah. So I missed you're gonna vomit all this,
Joking. No, I just kidding.
Yeah. So I missed one of the route marches, because they do route marches in like different batches, right? So you do 8 km first, then you do 12 km, then you do 16, then 20. So I missed the 16 km one. So yeah, the following like 2-3 days later, they do the company redid a 16 km march for those who like were sick, for those who didn't manage to do it the first time lah. So this time it's a smaller group of people marching. But this time I think it's okay lah. So the entire company is about maybe a few hundred people, right? So the contingent is about maybe 50 or lesser.
Okay, please don't tell me it's like 44 or something.
No. So it's 50. Yeah. So and also the route we were taking, right? It's not like the normal we march to the school tree. So like we don't follow the road, right? But this time, right, we're gonna march on the track next to the forest. Shit. And this track, there's no stadium lights or this. It's like just that you walk down a dark road and then there's one light, and then you walk down the road again and then there's another light. Okay. So like in the middle there's like dark patches.
Darkness.
Yeah, there's darkness. Yeah. Like where darkness falls. So this. Yeah. Okay, so I skip. So during the march, right, there's somebody started talking about hey, you want to talk about ghost story? Like, Then we're like, okay lah, just say lah. You got story to say.
He always there's always one guy. Like,
there's always this one.
Yeah. Okay, so actually the guy was from like my bunk, right? Then he was talking about this house, School 4, which is also known as Rocky Hill, right? There used to be this princess that will randomly appear throughout the island.
Yeah, it's a very famous story.
It's a very famous story. Yeah. Then the moment you said that, some guy from here, hey, stop really lah, enough, you don't play this thing.
Yeah, there'll always be one guy who always start, right, and there's always be another guy like, hey, don't play. Yeah. If someone when you're on the road march, right, the guy cannot run away. Like sometimes you're like, hey, you're not going to talk about this, I'm going to go home already. Or
Then there's always one guy that will like start to grab his like Catholic necklace, then he'll start praying.
the best inside got the small Bible,
Yeah. Small Bible.
Yeah. So okay, this guy started talking about how this princess will appear randomly, especially to like people especially those who are doing guard duty, because there's only 2 of them, right? Yeah. So when the moment he said that, right, somebody from the front, I think it was next to me lah, he was like, hey, siala, 3 days ago, I did guard duty with my buddy. So they had to prowl the boundaries of the School 4, right? So they had to walk this road. So as they were walking, Guy A and Guy B were walking, right? So Guy A was in front. So he heard his name being called.
Oh shit.
By Guy B. He thought it was Guy B.
Okay.
Then he was like, hey, you call my name. Then the Guy B said, oh no lah, never. So they just continued walking. Then suddenly, right, he felt resistance. So Guy A is still in front, right? He felt something pulling him, like his vest, And then he's like, hey, stop pulling, don't pull already. Then the guy, he looked behind, right? His friend was like holding the gun like that. You have to hold your rifle, right? Yeah. So he thought like maybe he tried to disturb him, pull, then faster keep the thing, right? Then suddenly, right, he felt the same force, but on the other side, the left side.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, what? So then he was like, okay, he knows something was up already. This guy a bit smart one lah. Then he tell his friend, hey, bro, pastor, walk like next to me. So they end up walking side by side, right?
Yeah.
But that's the encounter. That's what he told us, but he never look back. You know? He don't dare. He say, if I look back, it's like looking for trouble. Yeah.
Never look back.
Yeah. So okay, so back to the room march, right? Then when he said that, then I think the guy who was telling the story was like, he suddenly went quiet, you know. He's like, I think anyone got any other story?
Okay.
Yeah. Then they went back to like start singing the marching song and all that. So apparently the guy was I told you right, the guy was my bunkmate. So after we went back, there's only a few of us that after we showered, right? Then the next morning, we just went to sleep lah. The next morning we wake up, we went to breakfast, we came back, right? Then he came back, he opened the locker. This is what he told me lah. He opened the locker, right? He felt like feather, like it's like this feather drop on him. Something tickling him. Then after he looked up, then nothing. Then he like just tried to, you know,
I would never look up, bro.
Yeah. He tried to pull and close the door, right? Then after he looked on the floor, right, there were like, I think 4 strands of like long hair, you know?
Ooh.
Then after he was like, hey, who put long hair in my locker? Then we look at it, bro, it's really like damn long hair. It's like, you go and pluck like some girl's hair, right? It's like that kind of long hair, you know? Then he was like, you all better faster own up now. Which one is the one that put the long hair? The best part is, right, we all botak.
I'm like thinking, where do we get this long hair? Maybe the only explanation I can think of, right, is
somebody
go to the
cool house, right?
The cool house auntie.
The cool house.
But the auntie all wear the fishnet hat, yeah.
No, or maybe he find it like because there's the girls also go do BMT in Tekong ma.
No, like, school for no girls.
Oh no, bro. They're always in how is the letter O one? O or C?
It was Pegasus, I think.
Pegasus.
Yeah, Pegasus. Yeah. So after I was actually telling, hey bro, just don't care. Maybe he just flew in from somewhere. I was like, bro, just ignore. Yeah. Then the next day, right? Yeah, from Jurong. Then after, I think about 2 days later, right? This guy, same guy, he got like high fever, you know?
Bro, it always happens, bro.
But this one I really never bluff. This is like legit one.
Yeah,
I cannot like imagine, yeah.
I feel like every time you got this kind of experience, right? Like how you like solidify that you really had the experience, right? It's after you got high fever. Like last time, the one time that I crossed I stepped over, like me and my friend, we both stepped over this, like the pai the joystick.
The joystick, yeah.
Then after like 1 day later, suddenly both of us super high fever. Then you just like, wow.
Yeah,
no,
like you roughly know already.
You roughly know, like
yeah, you know.
Then he was
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So when he was saying that when he had the high fever, then he took all the like Panadol. The MO prescribed him the Panadol, right? Then got one time he had to keep drinking water to bring the fever down, right? So when he was at the MO, the sick bay, he spent the night there, I think, if I'm not wrong lah. Then after that, he felt like something pressing on him.
God.
Pressing on him, you know, because he's the only one there.
Yeah. Well,
then he said that he cannot even move his head left and right, no. But he can open his eye. But he said he knew he could open his eye, but he don't want to. Because you know sometimes you can feel something like that. If you put your hand on your face. Wow, bro. When he came back and tell me the story, my hair like, ooh. Oh. Yeah, man. Lucky the following 2 weeks then we POP.
Wow, hang on, I tell you, bro.
Yes, yeah, bro. Never want to go back to the bunks, if this kind of thing. Wow, I tell you, crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that was. It's like I listen to it, I just
wow. I feel it's very common in Tekong. Like I have a story in Tekong, roughly similar also. Like, and it's like one of my section mates. And honestly, I feel like the worst thing, right, is if you have a section mate, right, who thinks he can, don't say things, he says that he can see. He got like the eye. You know, like some people say that. Yeah. They say they got the eye because like in their family, like some of them can see, like because they pai onto a certain thing that they can. So for, like his father can see and he can see. Oh, then after when the moment they say that he can see, then he starts telling you those kind of shit. They're just like, wow, Hey, bro, don't tell me.
Bro. They're inviting it. They're just inviting it. That's why.
Don't tell me, man.
They manifest the fear, you know, that's why.
They manifest the fear. Then after that, they just make you, it's like you really think, wow, why I must be with this person? Like, why am I?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I tell you, like, it's just, something similar happened to my friend, like, in army, right? Same as you, right, Paul. Then it's not my section, but it's a different section, right? It's a next door section, but I quite close to them because at that point of time we all smoke, ma. So after that, the guy with the third eye was also smoking. Then after that, he said,
oh my god.
Yeah. Then after that, he. Before that, he say like the quite dirty over here lah. Like sometimes he see things, but then after we say don't tell. Then after one guy got super high fever. So high fever usually your excuse from all the the 5BX come everything, right? So he stayed in bunk to rest for the fight during 5BX. So the third eye guy, right, went up he forgot something. Then he went up to check. He wanted to ask check on the guy whether he wants tapao breakfast or not. Ask the cookhouse auntie to take breakfast for him. Then when he went back, right, he say, right, he walked past, right. Then after later on the day, right, he went back to the guy and went back to the guy with the high fever, right. He asked him, in the morning, were you awake? Then after the guy said, yeah, I was awake. Then after, but do you have sleep paralysis in the morning or not? Like, you know that what you say, like someone, like, you cannot move.
Someone press on you, but you cannot move. Yeah.
Then the guy said, yeah. Someone, like, honestly, then he said that, even when I open my eyes, right, I feel like I cannot see anything. Then after the guy tell him, you want to know, you want to know what I saw? Then I was like, I was so curious, Then I was like, but I don't want to hear, so. Then after,
it's like, yeah.
But what he said, right, was that when he walked past, right, because the army window can see into the bunk, right?
Yeah, okay.
So the army window you can see into the bunk, right? Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So when he walked past, right, he never even checked on the friend for breakfast. Because when he walked past, right, wanted to go in, right, he walked past, right, he saw a lady, right, sitting on the person's chest, right, and covering the eye. Wow, my god!
What the?
Maybe it's the same lady, yeah.
Wow.
Maybe it's the same lady.
I won't be surprised.
Bro. Then after he just run. I tell him, wow, bro. Never tell me this story. You should have never. After I don't know.
In army, I never go anywhere alone. Yeah, never go back, even to the bunk. Always don't go alone.
Bro.
Yeah, bro.
Every night, I'm the kind. At night I need to go toilet. I wake my body up. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toilet again.
Hey, toilet.
Yeah. Somehow I'm a very light sleeper also. So this type of like small, like I see people freaking out at night, all this, I immediately wake up, man.
Oh my.
Yeah, when I was in Tekong also, I see everyone like jump up, then they cry, or like, then I'm like, oh shit lah. Then my wife must wake me up also now. So like,
we need people like you in the bunk actually.
Yeah.
Because like they wake up already, they on the light, then everyone will wake up already.
Yeah.
That's true. If not, wow, anyway, we see.
No, everyone just oversleeping there.
Yeah, man. Oh, Tekong, man. Wow, it was tough. Really very tough.
It's like a place to. It's a good experience, but never again.
It's not a great experience, Paul.
No, as in the overall BMT is a one time. It's a okay experience, but one time enough lah.
Correct. I feel like it's a one time experience. Like, you look back, the memory is very fond. But then they ask you, do you want to go back again, volunteer? Then no.
Shit, no, brother.
I think I will give somebody who never had a chance before.
Yeah.
There'll always be new people. Every year, there'll always be a new 18-year-old or whatever that have to go army. Okay, speaking of army, I think I'll go next. After that, Brandon, you can run off our storytelling. Okay, so this story, I don't. At first, when I was in army also, right, I didn't really believe that there is like, not say don't believe, but
never encountered,
in a way. Yeah. I don't believe that things are haunted. I do, like, cause I just feel that a lot of it is people playing with me or people trying to freak me out or whatever lah. I always tell myself like, hey, like I can overcome all this type of like fear or whatever lah. So I always tell myself whatever this type of situation. That's why I always go, honestly, right, if I have to go to the toilet at night, right, okay, I'll just go to the toilet at night or like I'll pee or whatever. Then I tell myself like I will like do my best to go and like fight it off or whatever lah.
Yeah. If I die trying.
My logical mind, I can reason with this.
Yeah.
What you want?
Yeah.
But then, right, when you're encountered with a situation like that, right, genuinely, you feel a sense of like fear, and then how to say
your mind shuts down. I feel like your mind just
your mind shuts down, and then your body is like run. It's like so it's really fight or flight, right? For me in that moment, right, when I counted, I fly. So in Gedong, right, because I'm in an armor camp, right, I used to fix tanks. So Gedong, right, is very notorious for having a lot of barracks or bunks, right, that are used to be like full of people, but then no one stays there now. Specifically for the reason that they said that there was a lot of situations or things that happened inside the bunk that were supernatural. So after it like sort of happened, they said, okay, no more. Like, so they really closed the entire bunk. They off the electricity, everything inside all of those units lah. And then
so like those abandoned bunk.
Yeah, it's an abandoned bunk. It's in the center of Gedong. So it's really smack in the middle lah. And then so when you do rounds in Gedong, right, as a guard, there is always this dog, okay? And this dog will also know all of the routes for the guard duty. And then I'm not the only one that has experienced this, right? Everyone also tells me, right, this dog, he knows the exact route and he will just follow you where you're going. But then when he goes to that bunk, right, the dog will always stop, and then the dog will like just scurry around it or run away lah. But you always stop, and then you'll make a dash for it to go past this specific barrack. So on the first time, right, that I ever did guard duty, when we went out to walk, I was with my buddy, and then when we were walking, the dog appeared. So like, this dog knows like the route, so it's okay, we just walk along with the dog. We don't know exactly where is this unit. We just know like, that in the middle of this thing there is one barrack that is specifically haunted. Abandoned, abandoned and haunted. So while we were walking there, right, we were walking and then we were checking all these things. Then my friends also were like saying, hey, actually, right, there's this story about the ghost that likes to attack people in this area lah, in this specific barrack. And then it's apparently because all of the people inside this barrack, there was a murder that happened. So while there was this murder, there was a lot of people that would laugh at this one guy that always would bully. They always will get bullied. So this guy, whenever he hears laughing, he will always pop up. So that is like sort of his trigger lah. So my friend, he's a jokester, he said like, hey bro, when we go to that barrack later, I'm gonna laugh them loud. So so when I said, hey please lah, don't, I say, if you want to do it right, don't do it with me, don't invite this type of thing on yourself lah. So when we were walking towards the barrack, the dog was following us, right? This is when I start to get a bit freaked out, okay? Because the dog stopped, and then he sit down at the front of the door. When he stopped and sat down, right, he start to bark, and he barked very loud. It's like woof, then woof, and then woof. And on the third time that he barked, right, I swear to God, there was a light that flickered, and this place, right, there is no electricity in that bunk. But I swear, right, I saw a light flicker. And as I saw the light flicker, right, I told my friend like, hey bro, like this is, I don't know, is this something wrong? Let's like try to avoid this area, like walk around the thing. My friend was like, no lah, I think it's nothing. I'm sure that there's electricity in that area. Then he said like, you wanna? I try. And I was like, hey please lah, don't. Then after he laughed very loud. No. Yeah. When he start to laugh, right, the dog start to bark very, very loud. And then when the dog start barking, my friend, right, he was like, hey, oh shit, I better stop doing this lah. When he stopped, I saw the dog run into the barrack. Okay? After he ran into the barrack, I saw he run in and then he ran out. And then at the front of the barrack, I saw there was something at the front. I went to the front of the barrack, right? There was a dead cat. First time I've ever seen anything like that, right? There's a dead cat. In that moment, I ran. I book it, no, I swear. I just run past the whole thing. And the cat, right, is not a normal like dead looking cat, no. Like there's blood that is on the floor or this from the cat lah.
There's something no idea, like slashed you or something like that.
Yeah. It cannot be the dog, because if it was the dog, right, you can hear the cat screaming. Because if the dog were to bite it, whatever, you can hear the cat.
Between the dog and the cat.
So after that incident, right, I told all my friends, I was like, please, we did the, like, later on, I said, just avoid the barrack. Then they're like, why are you so stupid? Like, of course, all of us go and avoid the barrack, like, except you and your dumb friend.
The hero.
Yeah. But while I was there, right, about 4 months later, that barrack, they put electricity back into the area, and then they allowed the reservice people to come back in. Okay? When the reservice people came back in, they stayed in that specific bunk. And then a lot of the people, right, the reservice people, they told me like, hey, this bunk is very famous for being like a haunted bunk. I don't know why they put us back into this place lah.
Yeah.
Then I have, there was this guy that was very nice to me. He said hi, all this lah. A few days later, right, the what's that? Not ambulance, what do you call that?
The MO.
Yeah. The MO ran over at night to that barrack, right? Because someone got a seizure in that barrack, in that exact barrack.
Oh.
And I was on the way back from my gym, and then you can see like everyone start to freak out, and it became a huge commotion in that area. So for that reason, right, I really genuinely believe that barrack is haunted. Honest to, yeah. And I think that there's something there. I've also experienced something where I was in outfield, but if you do another ghost story or whatever, I will tell that story lah. But I generally experienced something in outfield with a well and a lady that was at a well lah. So I really think Godong is haunted. Yeah, no doubt for me.
Oh, that's crazy. But honestly, I don't know how you can
my brother is
walk into the. You can still walk to the door, bro. The dog bark, I already run at it, bro.
But I really went, right? It's because my friend was like, hey, there's something there. Then after that, it wasn't there just now. Like, I'm quite sure it wasn't there just now. But after we saw the dog run, then we looked down, then hey, there's something there. Then after that, when we went over, it's like, oh my god, it's a cat that we both run. Yeah. I'll never forget this friend is a dickhead. I swear.
Yes, asking for it. Down friends you should never have.
Yeah, down friends I should never have, man. Yeah. Oh. And that was the scariest thing I ever experienced, like supernatural thing I ever experienced. The light flickering also and the dog barking. You know, dogs they have some supernatural sense.
They can sense. Yeah.
That's for me, man. Never again. Yeah.
Hair standing.
Yeah. What about you, Brandon? What's your final ghost story?
Okay, since everybody is sharing, I also have army ones, but I feel like it's not as scary as yours lah. But and like the scariest one, I already said that's not already. It was the covering one, but it didn't really happen to. It happened to someone I know, but not really like that close. So mine, I'm going to share a school one, because I feel like schools always have. So mine was when I was in poly, Ngee Poly. So everybody in Ngee Poly, I tell you, it's all the school camps always nowadays they always have night walks, and they always talk about, wow, this place very haunted. No man, this ain't no shit like that. This ain't no like haunting of like block 50, block whatever nonsense. No. Cause mine was I was a group leader for one of the camps. So we have in Ngee Poly there's this hostel lah, like it's opposite the school. That it's like an apartment. Yeah, it's like an apartment. Yeah, correct. So that you can rent, that you can stay for your camps. Then like different groups can, or like one entire group or team can stay in one apartment where it's like 3 rooms and 1 living room. Then after that you can like split between yourself. So like maybe 3 guys can sleep 1 room, or 4 guys can sleep 1 room. Then like 4 girls can sleep 1 room. So that we were staying there for like we finished a camp, like we were done with a camp, then all the group leaders were sleeping while it was like damn shocked, because we were all like stay up the entire night to like do the last night of
set up
we
the stuff,
play everything, No, like, it was like, usually camp last night you won't sleep one, it's like wow, fun.
Go and play all this.
Go play all the games, truth or dare, or all this kind of shit. Then after that so we all played all the way until we were so shagged. But the thing is, we about like I think like 6, 7, 8 a.m. Then we said like, oh hey, let's go eat breakfast. All hungry because then we say go Al Amin to eat breakfast. And we're like, okay lah. We all go eat breakfast. Yeah, bro, nice. But then there was one girl There was one girl that said that she really, really cannot take it. She feels like she's very sick. She feels like she like very feverish, coming down with a fever. So she's like she feels like, y'all go lah. I don't think I can make it for breakfast. I'm just going to sleep first. Then after that, just nice when y'all come back. Cause after that, later on in the day, we have to bus back the room to the campus So after that, okay lah. Then all of us go if I remember correctly, it's like just like 5-6 of us already. The rest all like those like went home already. So it's like 5-6 of us went. So after that, halfway when we were walking to we haven't reached the breakfast place. Like we were reaching the Al-Amin right? Suddenly we received a call from her. One of us received a call from her. Then she was like on the phone, right? She was crying. Then she was like saying, "Come back now, come back now." Then after that, like the person who picked up the phone, right, it was very stunned. Then after that, it was just like, "Huh? Oh, okay, okay." Then after that, our friend told us, like the friend who picked up the phone told us like, "Oh, hey guys, she just called, like the friend that stayed back just called." Then after she let's go, like she sounded like she was crying. I don't know whether is it because like someone like something's wrong lah. She cause confirm something's wrong lah. So we thought like, the chicken wire, I thought like, oh, what is it like what, I don't know, like somebody like hurt her, or like maybe someone keep like someone came in and disturbed her, or like maybe like the worst one is like someone like tried to rape her, or that kind of thing. Then it's like, wow, okay, fine. We all rushed back. So when we rushed back, right, she was in the same room, right, but when we rushed in, right, she was just like in a fetus position. So she was in a fetus position. It's like she just like squatting on the bed, right, with her head like with her head onto her knee. Then after the moment we opened the door, right, she was like, hey. So cause there's a few of us, we all came in, right? Then she was like, hey, so what's wrong? Then after that, she said, hey, pack our bags, let's go. Get our stuff and let's go already lah. We go out first. Then at the point of time we know, oh shit, okay, something
serious happened.
Like every time you hear this kind of thing, right, then you feel like you sure feel a chill on your neck, you know. I swear. And all that you sure just like, okay, let's go lah. Let's quickly go. Pack our stuff. Whatever can, just throw away. Don't need, just throw away. Let's go. Let's leave it there, throw away. Let's go. So we reached downstairs, right? Then after we realized, after we reached downstairs, after she was still damn zoned out. Then she said, let's walk out of this place first, go to like somewhere further away. So while walking away, right, then after once we reached into like a very open place with a lot more people there, right, then she told us, like, guys, you don't even know that, like, wow. Then after I tell you, this is like the most scared I've seen. Like, it's honestly sometimes you see the fear in someone's face. You just like, then after she was saying that. She said, the thing was that, just when we went off to sleep, right, after like 5-10 minutes, right, she heard like someone came into the door, cause it's a room, so like she heard someone came in or walking around outside. Then she thought like, oh, someone left something. It's very common poly people always leave their wallet behind, then they have to go up and take their shit, or like they left their phone. Then after that, she like, oh, quite normal someone just left she just thought like, oh, let's just continue sleeping. She just like, honestly, she's like, I feel very rich. I just don't care. So then after she heard the person come into her room. Then she thought it was her roommate. So her roommate is Mel. So Melissa. So the roommate, she thought Melissa came into the room because it's the roommate that left something behind. Then after she just continued because she wasn't feeling well. So then after suddenly she felt something like she felt people push like shaking her, like pushing her. Then after she's like, hey, don't play it lah, stop it lah, Mel. Hey, don't play it. I really trying to sleep lah. I really not feeling well. I really coming down with fever. Then after that she shaking. Then after that the shaking stopped, right? Then suddenly out of nowhere, right? Then suddenly there was a damn low voice that says, I'm not Mel.
Wow.
Oh my god.
OMG.
I tell you, then after the worst part, right? I don't know, but I feel like at that point of time I don't know, she said that after she just straight away, she cried, and she
never turned her back.
I don't know whether I can't remember, I honestly to this day, right, I can't remember whether did she turn her back or did she not. I feel like
that explains why she stayed in the fetus position.
Because
if she hear the voice, she just start crying.
If it was me, right, I wouldn't know where to run, because the thing is, the person is behind you, blocking the doorway, like, so if you turn around,
there's no way to run already,
Then it's like, the most you can do is like reach up for your phone, you call like, hey, come back now, like crying, come back now. Cause honestly, wow. But I also don't know. I don't know whether I run out of the room. I think I will run out of the room. Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite crazy,
But did she see anything?
She didn't, but she said she felt. Yeah, she don't dare. She don't dare. She said that she felt. Then after she felt, the thing is, the thing shaking, right? Then, but she so throughout the way, right? Even when she was crying, right? She felt like something is like, you know, like someone else is on the bed still. You know? Then you're just like, wow, oh my god.
Ah, I cannot, man. Wow. Terrible.
I don't know how I don't know. Yeah. And that's why after I was like, but sometimes it's like I always think like maybe she, like I said, the logical mind. Every time this kind of thing happens, right? When it doesn't,
maybe she's tired.
Yeah, she got fever. Like maybe she's just feverish. Maybe she had a nightmare. And this kind of thing is like a nightmare, you know, like a nightmare that came. Like maybe she had a nightmare. Then she woke up. Then she woke up crying. Then she doesn't know that she was actually dreaming. You know. But then after that, you like think about it. But when she said after she made a call, she still felt the person sitting down next to the like behind her. I was just like, wow. That is intense, man.
Yeah, it's too intense for me.
I don't know, man. I really, I honestly, like I say, that's my worst fear. Like, I feel like at that point of time, it's like, you don't know whether you what can you do? You cannot run it. It's like, sometimes you're in the open, right? You can straight away just dash to somewhere else or back into another opposite direction.
Yeah, if you're in a room with only one door.
Yeah, and
you're back facing the door.
Yeah. It's in between the door.
And you're lying down.
Yeah, man. Wow,
vulnerable place, bro.
Vulnerable place.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. You know, like even like when I was young, my neighbors, right, they had this, they were Indian. So they will put like the Indian, stuff on the floor.
The incense.
They will burn the thing with incense.
Yeah, not just the incense, like they will put the Indian like markings and signs on the floor using like a specific chalk or whatever. So one day when I was young, right, I went to go and like run on it lah. Because I was like, I touch it, then after it can smudge. So I was barefoot, right? And then I run on the thing until I smudge all of the chalk away. Immediately, right, 2 minutes later, my whole body break into rash, no? Like until the point that my mother have to go and like apply all the thing, but it's like my legs all the way up to my head. And then it just break out into rash. So maybe you tell me this type of thing, yeah, don't touch, man. It's really don't don't mess with this type of stuff, man.
That's why I feel like, especially when you're a bit like sick, like when you're not feeling your best. I feel like especially when you're feverish or like, you know that you got a cold or you got a very bad sore throat or cough, and you feel that yourself getting a bit like, you know, like you feel yourself going to fall sick already, right? I feel you're more susceptible to like all this kind of like supernatural attack,
because your immune system is down, ma.
Your immune system is down. Your body is
your
weak.
gut is down.
Yeah,
your brain isn't at full capacity also.
Correct.
Yeah. But maybe to end off this ghost story thing, right? I will tell you all one more story that is not it's not so scary lah. Okay, so I used to work at MBS, right? At Universal Studios as the locker attendant. So while I was in university, right, they will give me the midnight shift. Yeah. So I will work the shift that is like from like maybe 8 p.m. until the next day 8 a.m. lah. So I will just be like the locker attendant for that day lah. So in MBS, right, there's a small room that you can use for the staff to go and rest. So everyone just sits there, then they lie down and rest, all this lah. But after I was taking my break, then someone came in for me. I laid down and then I was like taking a nap, and then I just fell asleep. And after I fell asleep, right, there was a knock on the window. Dum 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 dum. And then I opened my eyes and turned, right. It was a Pontianak, okay? Like a real Pontianak. And then the woman have like white eyes like that, and then turned to me like that. So it's like like that. Then after that, I was like, I jumped, right? I threw my phone in the air, no? Then it hit the ceiling and then it dropped back down. Like, drop over the place. Then after that, the Pontianak laughed. And then I realized it was the Halloween Horror Night. I was sleeping.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Confirm is the.
Yeah, it's confirm your friend. Yeah.
And then they see that this is my opportunity.
Yeah, USS. Wow. They're like, oh my gosh, it's a perfect moment. Wow.
Yeah. And then after that, right, she come and say, I'm sorry. This was great. I was like, oh, you bitch.
Maybe this one
Wow. I think I will just punch her.
Yeah. I completely forgot, right? There was the Halloween Horror Night, no? Because I was doing the casino resting area, not the Universal Studios.
Not the USS, right? Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Or maybe they also resting.
Yeah.
Some people also must have to rest. They a bit tired.
Yeah. Hold on. If it was a guy, I confirm punch him. I swear.
Punch, bro.
It was like a
punch. You need to punch these people.
Yeah, like a vampire or from Mad Max this time. Alright, that was Singapore Ghost Stories. Ugh. Alright, that was the KopiBros episode for the Ghost Stories. I've had enough of this episode. I'm offing the scary music and tuning it off. But in the meantime, we have episodes that drop every Monday. If you are interested in other game show formats, like if you want to hang out with, if you are interested in game show formats, you have the SG Draft podcast that drops every Friday. And also, if you're into football, we have the Football Kaki that drops every Wednesday. Do take care. Chinese New Year is coming up, but please remember to stay safe and remember,
a kopi a day keeps your troubles away.
Bye bye. See you guys.